Hello, this is Chris from the Cinema Savvy Movie Podcast, back with a brand new reaction video today. Today we're going to be doing a reaction on The Great Wall, official trailer 1. I think this came out a couple of weeks ago actually, but last week, for anyone that doesn't know, the reason there wasn't much content, I went down with tonsillitis, was pretty much bedbound more or less all week, and then I think with like reviews and stuff that we were doing, it was just one that I never got around to, but I did want to do a reaction to it. I'm going to talk much more about it afterwards, so we're going to watch it together now, and then I'll talk all about the director and everything after it, because I have been seeing a lot of stuff on the internet about whitewashing again, with Matt Damon being the main one in it being a Chinese film, and the director's other usual style where he has used all Chinese actors. I know he's done a couple, The Flowers of War, for example, with Christian Bale. So we're going to watch it together now. I'm going to talk much more about it afterwards, so I'm going to click play now. Really don't know what to make of this one. Oh wow. If there's one thing that the director's amazing for in all of his films, it's cinematography. And just looking at this already, like the costumes, the colours. And then we have a Matt Damon. Was that Pedro Pascal from Game of Thrones? Oberyn Martell? Looked like him. Wait, what?
I was born into battle. I fought for greed and gods. This is the first war I've seen. Worth fighting for.
Against aliens or primordial monsters. Oh. It's like a ancient Chinese Edge of Tomorrow or some shit. Okay. Okay, so let's talk some Great Wall then. First off with the director, I'm probably going to butcher this name, but Zhang Yimou, I think that's how you pronounce it, is probably one of my favourite directors. I haven't watched every single film in his filmography, but films I grew up with that I absolutely loved. Hero, House of Flying Daggers, Curse of the Golden Flower. Mostly the martial art ones are the ones that I watched from his filmography, and just visually they are some of the most beautiful films I think I've ever seen in my life. Definitely House of Flying Daggers and Hero. Curse of the Golden Flower I remember not loving, but the last half hour of that film is absolutely insane. I've got them all on my DVD shelf there, and I probably should get back and watch them again at some point, because it's been like a good 6 years, maybe even more, since I last watched them. And his films, like the scope of them, scale-wise, they are absolutely immense, and the costumes, I mentioned this in the reaction, but the costumes and the colours are absolutely second to none. I don't know if they've released them on Blu-ray or not. I'm guessing they probably have, but I have them on DVD, and the colours alone on them are incredible, let alone on a Blu-ray transfer, and eventually if they do a 4K transfer on any of those. And actually, when I was at uni, we got a screening of The Flowers of War, which was his 2011 film. I didn't even know at the time that he was the director of it. And then I think that after the film had finished, they said this was the guy who directed House of Flying Daggers and things like this. And I was like, oh my god, this is completely different to anything I've ever seen. I just kind of unfairly chalked him up to a martial arts director, but I didn't completely love The Flowers of War, but I thought it was a phenomenally made drama piece, and I thought Christian Bale was pretty decent in it as well. Probably one I should go back and watch again. And I should go back and watch this guy's other films, because he is a fantastic director. This one definitely feels the most Hollywood out of all of his movies so far. Matt Damon, for example, and just the whole premise of it really is kind of incredibly over the top. It almost feels like it's based on a manga or something, like these monsters have risen up and the Great Wall of China is built to keep them out. It looks fun, don't get me wrong, the action in it looks incredible. You can't beat that shot where someone fires an arrow and the camera follows the arrow. I love shots like that in any battle sequence, and I love a good battle sequence, especially one where they're like on a wall. I'll be getting Helm's Deep flashbacks from Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. It does look very good, but I will agree with people about the whitewashing thing. I really kind of wish that Matt Damon wasn't in this film and they got a Chinese actor and they'd kept it in the native language. I love subtitle films, especially for films like this. They just bring a whole another level to it and it keeps it to the culture so much, and I think that a lot has been lost on this movie because of that. The premise is kind of weird. I'm not sure that I needed monsters, like just give me like an invading force or something, make it like a period piece or something like that, and I think I'd like it a little bit more. But we've got monsters, we've got CGI monsters, that's fine. The action looks incredibly over the top. You've got explosions, and I'm sure there's going to be hand-to-hand martial arts fighting. You've got Matt Damon going over the wall, but I do kind of wish that this had been in the native language. But I don't know the ins and outs of it, like who came up with the idea, whether it was a mainstream Hollywood company with Universal and stuff, and they looked outside for directors and they got Zhang Yimou. I'm not sure. It's clearly going to be a project that he'd be interested in, because he wouldn't pick up a project like this and sort of like tarnish his previous directorial record. So I'm cautiously looking forward to it, although I do wish that I had got some more Chinese actors in it. But it looks fun, and that's all I'm going into it for. It just looks like a fun action movie with some great scope to it. Great cinematography as usual, and it's been a while since I've seen like a completely immense battle on the big screen. So if it is a fun big screen experience, hey, that's all I want, So cautious optimism from me. That'll do it for my reaction video on the Great Wall official trailer 1. Be sure to comment, subscribe, let me know what you think of this trailer. Do you think it looks fun? Do you think it looks completely dumb? Or do you think it meets somewhere in the middle? And if you're a fan of Zhang Yimou, let me know which one of his films is your favourite, because he's done so many, and I'll be interested if there's any Zhang Yimou fans out there. So that'll do it for me in this video. A lot more coming up on the channel. There'll be more reactions from me. We'll be getting back to movie reviews this week as well. I think Kubo and the Two Strings is coming out either at the end of this week or next week. So do hit that subscribe button. It is the best way to keep updated with all of our content. Until the next video, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.